Today is going to be an amazing live because it's with an amazing lady, Mansi. She's an author, she's a podcaster, she's an entrepreneur, she's the founder of Kids Stop Press. Everybody knows of her, and her contribution to the parenting space is amazing. What she's done for the parenting space is just phenomenal. Hi, Mansi. It's so amazing to have you here. There's this question that my daughter is 6 year old and she is constantly asking me a lot of questions. And sometimes I get very irritated as a parent answering all her questions.
Right.
So, yeah.
This is a very, first of all, you should be very happy that your daughter is asking questions because that means that you're raising a curious child, right? Which is very, very important for your child to be a lifelong learner. Yes, it can be very irritating, but I have gone through it myself. Like anything, and my daughter would like say, like even if I'm in the middle of this live and she'll be like, "Mama, mama, mama," I'm like, hands are going like this, whatever. But that was when they were much younger. But we've now got a rule in the house that, and because my kids have only grown up watching me work, Riddhi, they know the disciplines of working, right? So that is a big advantage. Second is I always tell them that why don't you accumulate, and I've given them this book that you write all your questions here, right? Then so that way then we can ask all the questions together. The third and most important thing, and this is this is a thing which I learned on my podcast on Geo Savan, which I was doing interviewing an author, and he said, when you're working and your kids ask you, and they come and disturb you, you have to have the ugliest hat that you own, like a cap, and you put that on, and you tell, this is Mama's thinking cap. When Mama's cap, that means that you should not disturb Mama because unless there is blood in the house. Okay? He's really badly hurt, you don't have to disturb Mama. And it works. Like you don't ask the question when my thinking cap is on or when I'm doing something very, very important. And it's worked so far. But I think also what is very important, Riddhi, is कि हम अपने बच्चों को हमेशा बताते हैं I'm busy. अच्छा अभी तुम जाओ मैं काम I'm busy. अभी तुम ये करो I'm busy. अरे तो time कब है? Because they want your time, right? That's all.
Right.
So I think what also really helped me, and guys, I can talk from my experience, is letting my children know when I'm available. So I've been at work from 10 in the morning until 2, until I reach home at about 5:30. After that, I'm not going to look at my phone until 8:39, right? Because then I'm going to be playing with them, we're going to eat dinner, I'm going to put them to bed, and then we're going to read a book. So they know that that time is their time, undivided attention. Can you do that? Right? If you can do that, you will feel so much at peace when you're not with them. So I think one is own up to your schedule, share your schedule with them. And the third one is just make sure that, you prioritize and plan in a way that, you plan the easier things when you are going to be most busy.
How to manage child behavior in public?
I just feel like all behavior questions are all related to attention. I would say that your children are attention, and also it's very important that you tell them what is a no and what is a yes, right? So example, somebody raised a question on hitting, spitting. My child is very naughty. I see similar sort of questions. So you have to, one is very important, tell them, don't tell your child that you are bad, right? Supposing he just do this, right? So say that what you did is not correct, but don't say you are bad. So you don't blame your child, you blame the act, right? Very, very important. It's like the same way that somebody would tell you, right? Listen, you're a great cook, but today's rajma wasn't that great. It's like, think of it like how your husband comments on if you're wearing something new or a new dish that you made which you're slightly suspicious about. So always do it like that. The second I would say is that let them know what is an absolute no-no. I always tell for every family, You should have your normal, right? And you define and design कि आपका normal क्या है. जैसे मेरे घर में if somebody spoke very disrespectfully to an adult or to somebody else, respect is
Mom.
so if my children would speak badly to somebody, I would be very upset, and I would say, I don't think what you did is right. You should not speak to somebody like that. I'll just tell you a simple example. You know, we have two cooks in our house, and my kids have been being mean to one child, one of them right now. And just yesterday when I was putting them to bed, I said that I told my younger one, "Oh, I love you so much, my favorite." This and that. And my elder one told me, Mama, you're being very mean to me. I said, I'm sure that, my cooks, I said, I'm sure they also would have felt like that. Don't you think so? When you were trying to bully the other one. So she got the message.
Yeah.
I always say, teach your kids through stories. It's the
Right.
teaching them. A lot of these moral stories and a lot of these grandmother stories is what we kind of put in our our learning module, which we call Summer Fun Factory. There, we have these grandmom stories where we have learnings from the Ramayana, learnings from the Mahabharata, learnings from the Hanuman,
Right.
which are very important value-based learning for children, right? So
Right.
start teaching your children all of these stories at a very, very young age.
Right.
And try and teach them through stories. It will make a lot of difference. And jo cheese, if they know that this has upset you once and you don't appreciate it again, trust me, they will know how to do that. And if they keep repeating it, then you need to really worry because then you're doing something wrong in the process. Also,
Right.
also don't punish the bad behavior too much and don't reward the good behavior too much because then your kids will expect it each time.
Right. Yeah. So you have to strike a good balance.
Absolutely. So I would say that be very, very clear, and also and the last bit I would say they're a reflection of you, right? So if they
Right.
when you feel out of control, you're screaming and shouting and banging on the table, then it's very easy for them to
Yes.
pick it up because they're picking it up from somewhere. Also, watch what they're watching on television or on the iPad, right? Are they emulating or copying some behavior from there? Because I know that of late, a lot of children have shown a lot of aggression because of screen time and and things like that. And screen time has become because there everything is touch, right? You're dictating
Right.
of what somebody else is doing. So suddenly, if you are feeling like somebody is not responding the way I want them to respond,
Right.
you are going to be far more, aggressive.
Right. That is actually a really good thing. They are getting wired that everything has to happen their way if they're watching screen.
This is something that my pediatrician told me is that you always react to something when you don't get the adequate attention that you want. Think about this as I'll give you a simple example. आपके और आपके husband की लड़ाई हुई है. He's not giving you भाव. Both of you are in the same. How are you going to react, right? You want to get it.
Yeah.
You have this cup, or you're cleaning something. You pretend like you're cleaning something, and you do this. What did you just do? You just did an attention-seeking behavioral act, right?
Right.
That's exactly how your child is behaving. When your child is under 3, when he does not know how to speak, chances are he'll howl, cry, throw his hands around. Once he learns how to speak, what will happen is you have to teach him how to communicate, right? It's very, very simple. So you tell him that, listen, I don't understand when you throw tantrums, when you throw your hands and legs around, when you cry, I don't understand. Can you tell mama what is happening? So always keep
Right.
communication channel open. Second is instead of reacting, your child is shouting, what are you doing? You're shouting at your child. Can you
It's
in
getting
that
on.
moment, even if it is a supermarket that your child is screaming and shouting, when he's screaming and shouting, can you hold him tight and just hug him? Because he's doing that because he wants you to listen to him. What we often do as humans is we listen to react. We don't listen to react,
Right.
right? Just try this. Every time your child wants to throw a tantrum, don't throw a tantrum back because and this is again another fabulous live that we have on the Kids Stop Press Instagram page. which is from one of my coaches we had done a live with. And he said, Mansi, between you and your child, there are 30 years. You are expecting your
Right.
child to be where you are 30 years later, right? So why that expectation? If she could be
Right.
in your place, then she would also be a parent, right? So I
Right. Right.
realistic expectations. One, draw very clear boundaries. I don't like the way you're speaking to me. Second is communicate. Please tell them I don't understand when you scream and shout. I don't understand when you cry. And third is give them the attention that they want. Okay,
Right. Right.
that's all that you really need to do.
Really beautifully summarized in 3 points. What is that one thing that we can tell ourselves as parents, which can really help us convince that, what I'm doing is the best that I can do? And, give us that feeling of content from what we are doing.
Right. So first up, you need to answer. I think moms need to answer that questions for themselves. That what will give them longer term happiness, other people's happiness, or being happy first and then giving happiness to others, right?
Right.
And I think this is a very, very important question because at some point in time, you will get burnt out. Also, I'll be very honest, I also live in a joint family, but how do you make that work for yourself? And I think we are really blessed to be staying in joint family because one, I think the culture and the ability to adjust to different temperaments of different people of different ages is such a important life skill that my children have learned because they've grown up with grandparents and nephews and nieces and things like that. That I feel it's one work to my advantage. Second, I think Riddhi, there is always disappointment when expectations don't meet results.
Right.
So if you have told your mother-in-law or anybody at home that listen, I am going to make you a 7-course meal for lunch, dinner, breakfast, and you don't live up to it, तब जाके disappointment होगा, right?
Right. Right.
But expectations रखें that listen, this is what I best can do, but I would also like to work because that gives me equal amount of joy. But can you tell me what is expected of me? Because then what happens?
Right.
Tell me that okay, listen, you need to do breakfast for the day, or you need to make roti, sabzi, dal, chawal for lunch. Fair enough, I can plan, but if they tell you okay, I need the same 3 things for breakfast, lunch, dinner, evening snack, and a mid-morning snack, please be realistic and say I'm sorry, but I can't do it. Should we hire another help who can help me to do this?
Right. Right.
Because choice is that do you want to be that person doing it? So I would always say that outsource what you're not good at, right?
Right.
I love to cook. Can I do it on an everyday basis for the rest of my life? Maybe not, but that's a choice I have made, and that's a choice I have. Uh,
Right.
is it expected of me to be cooking at home? I mean, I've never laid those expectations, so those expectations are never there. Am I
Right.
supposed to do it? I would love to do it for people I love. Like I love to cook for my children. I love to cook for my family. But like I said, that if you put realistic expectations that this is what I can do, then they will be more happy. And if you plan them,
Right. It was really amazing. And guys, please follow Mansi and Kidstop Press. Get in touch with them. Get details about their courses, their books, programs. They have a lot of information on parenting on their Instagram handle, on their website. That is going to be really, really helpful and it's going to make life really easy for you. So please do that. And thank you so much, Mansi. It was amazing.
lunch.